Fellow classmates, my name is Jessica Benavides, and my presentation is on St. Peters Basilica. St. Peters Basilica is a late Renaissance church. It's located in Vatican City in Rome. It was designed principally by Donato Bramante, Michelangelo, Carlo Modenaro, and Gian Lorenzo Bernini. St. Peters is the most renowned work of Renaissance architecture, and it remains one of the largest churches in the world. In 1505, Pope Julius II decided to demolish the old St. Peter's and build a basilica that would be the grandest church and make Rome and himself famous. He held a competition and invited lots of artists and architects to draw designs, and they selected a plan, and Pope Julius didn't get to see the new basilica because, in fact, it wasn't finished for 120 years. The planning and construction lasted through the reigns of 21 popes and 8 architects. Construction of the present basilica over the old Constantinian. While it is neither the mother church of the Roman Catholic Church nor the cathedral of the Bishop of Rome, St. Peter's is regarded as one of the holiest Catholic sites. It has been described as holding a unique position in the Christian world and as the greatest of all churches of Christendom. St. Peter's is probably the largest Christian church in the world. It covers an area of 5.7 acres and can hold over 60,000 people. Supported internally by 4 massive piers more than 60 feet thick. Around the inside of the dome is written in letters 6.5 feet high, "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven." St. Peter's is also an extraordinary museum. It is impossible to estimate the priceless worth of the infinite works of art that can be found here. In fact, I had some trouble choosing what works of art I wanted to show you guys because there is so many beautiful and stunning pieces of art, from sculptures to mosaics to paintings to just the building alone is its own art. The interior of the Peters Basilica is a vast space. It's filled with sculptures, 10,000 square meters of mosaics. Many of the finest artists are represented in works of art which include Michelangelo's Pieta, Bernini's Baldacchino and Cathedra, and Arnolfo de Caballo's ancient statue of St. Peter himself. Michelangelo's Pieta was completed in 1499 when the sculpture was only 24 years old. The Pieta is probably the world's most famous religious sculpture, and it is very likely one of the most recognizable sculptures of any kind. The Pieta made Michelangelo's reputation, and it was just one of the several he created during his career. The theme was actually not his. It was originated in the 14th century in Germany, but his was the first sculpted to depict the Pieta in such elegance. The finish of the sculpture is superb. Note the plasticity of the skin under the arms of the Christ. Michelangelo never again finished a sculpture to this level of refinement. Michelangelo was criticized for portraying Mary as a young woman and was accused of heresy. He responded by saying that the chastity preserved the youth. Another great work of art was Bernini's Bacchaldine. Bernini's Balchin. The bronze and gilt Balchin was the first of Bernini's works to combines sculpture and architecture and represents an important development in Baroque church interior design and furnishing. The canopy rests upon helic columns, each of which stands on a high marble plinth. The columns support a cornice which curves inwards in the middle of each side. Above this, 4 twice life-size angels stand at the corners behind. It was intended to mark a monumental way the place of St. Peter's tomb underneath. The tomb is actually underneath the Baldacchini, Bernini's Baldacchini. St. Peter's tomb is actually underneath that itself. The 4 columns are 66 feet high. So I mean, you can imagine that's very, very high. That's just the columns. St. Peters Basilica is home of the famous Sistine Chapel. I'm sure you guys all remember learning about that in class. I remember one of the chapters we learned about the Sistine Chapel. The Sistine Chapel is best known as the chapel of the Apostolic Palace. The official residence of the Pope in the Vatican City. It is famous for architecture and its decoration that was frescoed. Another thing we learned about that technique that artists use. It was frescoed throughout by Renaissance artists. The ceiling, especially the Last Judgment, is widely believed to be Michelangelo's crowning achievement. The work took 4 years to complete, and it was done between 1536 and 1541. The work is massive and it spans the entire wall behind the altar of the Sistine Chapel. Everybody, my name is Jessica Benavides, and if you guys ever get a chance to go to Italy and take a trip to Rome, definitely stop by the St. Peters Basilica because it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Bye.